Good afternoon, everybody. This morning, Secretary Napolitano announced new actions my administration will take to mend our nation's immigration policy, to make it more fair, more efficient, and more just, specifically for certain young people, sometimes called dreamers. The Department of Homeland Security is taking steps to lift the shadow of deportation from these young people. How you doing? Come on, everybody, sit down, sit down. I think my main message on this 10th anniversary is to thank you and the hundreds of thousands that you represent. Because had it not been for your courage and example that you set, we might not have gotten this done.
I am a resident physician training in pediatrics, but I was actually born in Ecuador, and I came here when I was 2 years old. Given my experiences growing up in an undocumented family, that made me more passionate about health disparities. I would not have been able to even volunteer at a hospital without passing a background check. And then when DACA was finally introduced, that simple thing of passing a background check opened up so many opportunities. And now getting to kind of come full circle and give back has been like incredibly rewarding.
When I was campaigning back in 2007, 2008, one of the issues that I campaigned on was reforming our broken immigration system. I would meet young people who had been brought to this country at a very early age. They had grown up here in the United States, were as American as Malia or Sasha were in terms of their values, their upbringing, their experiences. They loved this country deeply, and yet because of a piece of paper, their lives were extraordinarily vulnerable. Part of what I want to get a sense of is just how DACA shaped your path.
I was born in Nepal, and my family and I moved to the United States when I was 6 years old. I attended public institutions my entire life because of the support the school offered for DACA recipients. Now I will be attending the University of Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. I've always learned that the people closest to the problems are the one closest to the solutions. So I hope to get some education and then come back to the US and work on immigration policy.
I came to the US at the age of 5 with my mom, seeking better opportunities. I would go to high school and see immigration vans. Rather than calling the police, I begged the bus driver to let me on the bus. I didn't want police to come back and talk to my mom because I didn't know what that situation was going to be like. And I think DACA's just been that safety, that security, and so it's just been really powerful for me to be able to hope, right? And not live in fear.
I'm a third-year medical student. I'm also getting my master's in public health.
Because you weren't busy enough with medical school.
Yes. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. My family is Pakistani. We came to the States when I was 4 years old. It's actually my mom's dream for her children to get the best education as possible and for ways to rise up. I hope to work in primary care in underserved communities.
I met you in 2012. We were hoping to learn how to organize, and you and I spoke and you said organize, 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 and we've been doing that for the last 13 years.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I think ultimately, as a DACA recipient myself, doing electoral work, my only question is, what do we do next?
Yeah. I hope all of you continue to be advocates in whatever your professional lives are. I think that it is going to be a long road for us. And so the more voices like yours are out there, the better chance we have of changing people's attitudes. Part of the reason why we feel like it's important on this 10th anniversary to highlight it is because it's not done. Having seen the remarkable things that this group of DACA kids have done with their lives, what an asset they are to this country. I hope it inspires us to redouble our efforts to permanently resolve their status and to do something about our immigration system that both is consistent with us being a nation of laws, but also us being a nation of immigrants. I hope that their stories reaffirms the need for us to come up with a smart, orderly, but also compassionate immigration system, because our work isn't yet done.